Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of Les Bordeaux I'll Sing. We're all here today, and sorry, one second. I am right now, for the first time, we are streaming on both YouTube and on Twitch. So I'm glad you guys are joining us from both places right now. So this is a V20 Vampire the Masquerade stream, and that takes place in Bordeaux, France. So start off with, I'm Wendy, and I am playing the character of Marie Suzette.
Someone else go.
I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm Emmy, and I'm playing Genevieve.
I'm Deanna, and I'm playing Anais.
And I'm playing the character of Roland.
My name is Gabe, and I get to play their consequences. Before we get into too much else tonight, I want to recognize a really big holiday. So I want to wish everyone that celebrates it a happy Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year happened on Friday. It is now Year of the Ox. So if this is your lucky year, go you. I myself, of course, I'm a pig.
I was a rat. Mine was last year. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
Yeah, it actually is my year, I believe.
Oh. That's awesome. Let's see, other announcements. Of course, we try to be good people, but this is a horror game, so we will be portraying characters, some of us, who do terrible things. For your discretion is advised. I don't have any... we got some pretty strong lines and veils around the worst things, but depending on how far we all get today, there will be some extreme content. So just, keeping heads up for that. I also, of course, want to thank Secrets of the Masquerade, both for penning the Bordeaux By Night sourcebooks that this campaign is based on, this chronicle is based on. They're great. You should go check them out. They're available on drivethrurpg.com, as well as a bunch of other vampire sources that they've come up with. Super cool stuff, all of it. Go check it out. I also want to thank her personally for being the Scully to my Mulder as I figure out what's going on for this game. It's been a lot of fun working with them. They're super cool. Hit them up on Twitter. I think we've got a link in our YouTube videos for them. So, awesome person. Say hi. Let them know how much you love this chronicle and their stuff. And also, please let everyone else know how much you love this chronicle. We are kind of just starting out, all of us, with this whole streaming RPG thing. And what really helps is not just people who like us, but people who say publicly that they like us. If you share our tweets, desecrate that like button on YouTube, on our videos, follow us, subscribe. All of that stuff matters and ends up showing, support in other ways, not just our Patreon and Ko-Fi, which are also linked in our Twitter profile and on all of our YouTube videos. Check those out, because that's what's going to help us improve the physical things or tools and stuff that we use for producing this stream. And it also helps us get guest vamps on. Like next session, we're going to have Sage, aka Staff of Sage on Twitter, aka Cara Brunhilde from Venture Maidens. They will be playing a Giovanni visitor to Bordeaux with a very, very specific opportunity for the coterie, and that's going to be a ton of fun. Sage is awesome. They're a great player. I have enjoyed them on Venture Maidens immensely, and they're just a super cool person. So they'll be here with us, and that is going to rock everyone's fucking socks off. Let me see. Can I up my mic? I don't think I can, but
Or just speak very loudly, and lean into it, I guess. Sorry, we're trying. Hey, everybody, we're just trying to find, just to make sure that everyone can hear everybody. And Gabe's the most important person, so we want to make sure y'all can hear us.
all right, I'm gonna go away for just a moment while I do some fiddling. I'll be right back.
No problem. All right. In the meantime, everybody, happy Valentine's Day, and thank you for showing up. We have 8 viewers right now, as according to the analytics, and I want to thank everybody who's showing up right now. And I'd like to thank everybody who's like sharing things on Twitter, on Facebook, and everything. I would also like to let everyone know that at the moment we are also releasing solo role-playing sessions for each character. This episode is very special because it's going to be taking off from after certain individual little vignettes. So basically, each of our characters will have a different scene where they went off on their own and they did some stuff, and we're going to be posting all of that to YouTube. Already today, Genevieve, it's Genevieve or Genevieve.
Yeah, Genevieve or Genevieve, either one.
Genevieve's session is up on YouTube right now. So, and then tomorrow, Anais's will be up, and then the day after, Roland's, and then after that, Marie's, and it will just go in that order, so you can be filled out on all the stuff that happened. But when we start this episode, some things might be, seems like it might have jumped forward a bit, just because you're going to find out all the other stuff that happened when you see all the videos. And we have made some interesting progress in terms of our investigation. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
Hey, just real quick, can you hear me now?
We can hear you. I can hear you fine. Is everybody else good?
Say some more stuff, Gabe.
Yeah,
You're
talking.
A sheet I slit upon a slitted sheet I sit. I slit a sheet I slit upon a slitted sheet I sit. That is not picking me up. One sec.
Yeah, it's still pretty quiet for me.
I slit a sheet I slit. Nope. It's terrible.
All right, Gabe's a little faint. Apparently, you're still a little faint. You might
Is
just
this
have
any
to.
better?
About the same sounds. You might just have to be very stentorian today.
Yeah, you might just have to speak much louder than usual. I'm sorry.
Okay. Here it goes. Everything.
Just keep plenty of water handy.
Yeah.
Water of life. Okay. So, let's start with a recap, just because we need to situate ourselves temporally in exactly where we left off at the end of last session, and then we'll work our way through to do something more present.
All right. Yeah, you want to just let everybody know where you are, where we are, and just like introduce.
So, at the end of last session, everyone was gathered in the Regent Hotel, and there had been a recent proclamation from the prince and the Privilegian Council that all newcomers to the city had to haven at the Regent Hotel for the time being, so that they could sort out who's who and what's what in terms of keeping the city safe. There are already invaders. Let's try to sort out the invaders from the help, that kind of thing. And so they had shown up at the Regent, which is apparently also owned and operated primarily by the Tremere of the city. They were greeted shown to rooms, and then the primogen, Lyle Kirsten, shows up and says, "Hi, everybody. New girl, I need you to bleed in this mug."
Meaning, Genevieve.
Meaning,
Genevieve.
And so Genevieve, there's a medium height man standing there, long, kind of curly brown hair with a very lean, wolfish look on his face. He looks kind of pallid, actually. And he's standing there in Birkenstocks, gray sweatpants, t-shirt that says #blessed, and is holding out a mug with a big, and he's smiling big as he holds out a mug that says "World's Greatest Boss," and asking you to bleed into it.
So Jenny first looks surprised to see him, and then kind of like notably glances down at the attire and makes like a little confused face, and then says, "Okay, why do I need to bleed into a cup? Not for very super grateful for the hospitality, love it. Why?"
Well, this way I can help you out and make sure that you don't have any weird blood bonds going on, like maybe to a vinculum or a la sombra domator or something, weird like that.
Okay, so this isn't gonna blood bond me to anything or anyone, or this is basically just a blood test.
And he kind of looks at the rest of you and he says, "I'm so sorry. This is going to be just frightful for you." And he turns back to Jenny and he says, "No, blood bonds work the other way. If I take your blood and drink it, I am blood bound to you."
Okay.
Guess what's not going to happen, though?
Yeah, I'm glad you're not gonna drink my blood. All right, fine. And she will just extend her teeth and bite into her arm and hold it over the cup.
And you'll have to mark off a blood point.
Okay.
Because he needs a full mug. He says,
"Great.
Excellent. Now, don't worry, the rest of you will get your turns too. I should have some more mugs showing up in just a moment." I'm sorry, Wendy, you're muted.
Lovely. Lovely. I'm thrilled to hear that.
And then a minute later, Claudia, who had shown the three ladies up to their rooms, does in fact appear with a silver serving tray, with 3 more mugs on it. 2 of them are unremarkable, but one of them is from Aperture Technologies. We do what we must because we can.
Is this really necessary?
And Lyle says, "Yep."
Why? Are we under suspicion?
Yes.
Then why are we investigating this?
This is jeez. Look, I am far too sober to put up with any bullshit right now. Yes, you're under suspicion. Yes, you're helping out. We live in wacky times. Now, I have the prince's full support for this. And on top of that, I'm a very skilled thaumaturge. So either you do this willingly, or I force you to do it and make a big mess in the process.
Well, I mean, that's what we have you lovely mages for, isn't it?
Yes, I'm okay. Parties.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. Yeah. Okay then. Well, Me first, I guess. Lovely.
Thank you. He picks up a mug and flourishes at Anais. Mademoiselle.
Goddamn mouse. Anais kind of just looks at it hesitantly. She sees Marie taking a sip of it and just decides to go for it. So,
No, I'm sorry. You have to bleed into the mug.
Oh, I have to bleed into it. Okay.
You have to fill it with your blood.
I'm trying to see how I would do that. I would just do it or bite and just pour it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too fancy like Marie's, but
And he holds out the aperture mug for Roland. You too, Twilight Sparkles.
Roland's going to take out his knife. He's going to cut his hand, and he's going to continue. While he's doing this, he's making eye contact with Lyle, not breaking it the entire time.
All right. Fantastic.
Lyle is shorter than Roland, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is. All of the mugs go on the tray. And Lyle says, Claudia, you know what to do with those. Well, if there's anything else we can do for you here at the Regent, please don't hesitate to, figure it out for yourself. And he walks out. I'm sorry, Wendy,
I may need to speak to you later.
Well, how much later?
As soon as you're done with our blood tests.
It's just so that we're, on everyone on the same calendar here. That's going to take me a while. I won't know any shit about anything until tomorrow. So, in the meantime, please feel free to sweat blood. And you are all left alone.
Hey, how well do y'all know him?
Not well at all, but just take comfort in the fact that you really had no choice in the matter.
Yes, it's lovely. We as it turns out, we may have bigger problems than we thought. Lovely.
Yeah. Is it important that he was at the Grand Teatro the night of the raid?
Every person that was present then is important.
Yeah, he was there and was fighting with Guillaume. I think Guillaume got the drop on him. I remember he shoved Lyle up against a wall in an alley and looked like I thought he was feeding on him, but I don't know. They definitely they kind of were there for a second and then both ran off in different directions. That's how I recognize Guillaume, and turns out the other person that I was looking for was Lyle.
Well, now that you've met him, I'm sure you have just as glowing an opinion of him as you have of Guillaume.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so
at that moment, there is a light knock at the door. At Marie and Jenny's doors in particular.
Come in.
And someone in service wear, like they work at the hotel, opens the door and enters. And each person is smiling. Pleasantly says, "Good evening. I am here to provide you some refreshments.
Well, at least we're going to get a decent drink now. Thank you very much. And I hand them a. Should I hand them a tip, or would that be?
You can if you want to.
All right.
And also, Jenny, you notice that the young man who has come to your room, who he was totally smoking pot out on the loading dock or something like that, has a piece of paper safety pinned to the front of his shirt.
Okay. I'm gonna head to my room to drink, right? Or is this a communal thing that we need to do? I don't know how this works.
Be my guest. Privacy is very important to us.
Okay, good. All right. Well then, yeah. Nice meeting you guys. Tonight's been. I'll see you tomorrow evening. And she ducks out of the room and heads to her room, and takes the piece of paper off while dragging this person into the room, I guess. Wait, it stops and goes, you, right? Like, it's, like, you're not bringing me somebody else, right? Like, it's, how does this...
I'm afraid I don't understand, miss.
Does the paper say drink me?
Yeah, what is I opened the paper, what does it say?
Oh, the paper says, your phones are being surveilled.
Okay, fold it back up and put it back in my pocket. All right, then come on inside.
Thank you. And he's acting kind of spacey.
Okay.
Marie's is as well.
Okay. I'll set him down in my room and say, wait here for me for just a couple minutes, okay?
Okay.
And runs back across to Marie's room and is like, are we supposed to... Is this who we drink? Like, I'm new to this, okay? Like, help me out here. Am I supposed to this person, or are they supposed to be bringing me somebody else? I don't understand. I see. Got it. Okay, great. And holds up the piece of paper so that everyone can see it. Doesn't say anything about it. So anyway, I appreciate the... Yeah, all right. Thanks, Marie. I will, see you guys tomorrow. Folds it back down and goes back across the hall and has a drink.
All right. You have a little bit of time left before sunrise, if there's anything else you particularly want to do together. Otherwise, we'll just move on to the next evening.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So.
Oh, you know what? One thing. I look at everybody and I go, all right, well, hope you all have a quiet sleep and a quiet stay here.
Roland piles incredibly heavy things in front of all of the doors.
A lot of heavy things.
Oh, I fully plan on moving around as much furniture as I can. And if it's bolted down, I'm not too worried about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not with your potence. So, shortly after sunset the next evening, a Tuesday night, Anais and Genevieve rise. Marie rises a little bit after. Roland shortly thereafter, and then Marie last. And in not too long, there is a knock on Anais's door, and it is Lyle again. He's wearing jeans, Birkenstocks with socks though, and a t-shirt with like an upside down U with like spikes on the side and a skull in the middle. You think maybe it's for an online video game or something. And he says, "Bonsoir, mademoiselle. Comment ça va? How are you doing?"
And it's just like, bonsoir. Who are you again?
This is Lyle.
Yeah, she just.
Okay. He says, "Oh, pardon me and my poor manners. My name is Lyle Kirsten," and he bows in a very old courtly fashion. "I am the Tremere Regent of Bordeaux, Primogen as well, and it is lovely to make your acquaintance."
I see.
"May I come in?" I'm just being polite. It's not like a thing with me.
Yeah. She gestures around her room for a little bit, and she's like, "Okay, come in."
I assume your compatriots are available?
What do you mean available?
Well, I want to talk.
About what?
About the blood tests.
Sorry, Anais is still waking up a little bit. She's kind of crazy by herself, so she's like, "Okay, fine." And goes gets Marie and Genevieve and Roland, and says, "Lyle is back apparently with the blood tests."
Okay. Jenny just is already dressed by the time Anais comes over, so heads right over.
Marie is kind of like fairly well dressed, but like she's a little bit she's purposely still in her night dress.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got a couple of things up her sleeve, like hidden though, in a way that only she can hide.
He pulls out a chair. He sits down, facing all of you, and he's like, "I'm afraid I've got bad news. You're all gonna die. It's cancer." Sorry, I always wanted to do that. I watch a lot of like medical procedural shows, and it seemed like so much fun. Anyway, I'm done with two of you. Jenny, you'll be disappointed to know that you are Clan Bruja, but it's kind of a thin connection, so you might want to get on that if you don't want to end up like a nameless mongrel eating rats on the street.
What a terrible thing to be, a nameless mongrel who lives on the streets. What does Bruja mean? What is that all? I understand that's a clan, like, but what is there to know about the clan?
Marie looks at Roland and goes, "You want to take this one?"
I'll talk to you about it in a bit.
Okay.
When we get. Don't worry. I am Clan Bruja, so.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
And you, my darling Marie, are the most bland sort of toreador I've ever met. You should get on that too. Anyway, Anais and Roland, I'm still working yours out, but for the time being, I've got 2 clean ones and 2 question marks, so you're free to go about your business.
Wonderful.
Is there anything I can do for you while I'm here? Please say no.
Don't make any more of those kids. They're just not good. No more jokes at all.
Yeah, you probably haven't told many people that they were dying, have you?
I normally don't tell them. No, it's a thing.
And I will need to speak with you. I will need to speak with you about our ongoing investigation.
Sure. Walk with me. Talk with me. And he leaves.
And Marie leaves with him, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Turn to the other two. And I've got somewhere to be tonight, but I'll keep in touch and we'll meet up later, I guess. I don't know, is this... What do you guys do?
Do both of you have cash?
Yeah?
Buy a burner phone immediately.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. All right. Well, let's do that then. We'll buy burner phones, and then before sunrise, we'll meet up. And I guess we got to come back here anyway, right? Well, we should probably meet up somewhere off premises just in case.
Yes, there's a couple of places we can meet. Where are all of you going? To the left side, to the right side? I just want to find a central location.
I don't know, GM. Where am I going?
So you're gonna end up on the East Bank tonight.
The East Bank. That's where my whole zone is.
That is a lot of it,
Okay.
The previous night you had ended up on the West Bank, not too far from the old city, the old.
But East Bank is where the club is, and where. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna be on East Bank.
Okay. One suggestion would be La Fabrique. It's Elysium, so it should be perfectly safe. It is open to humans, but it's also noisy, and all kinds of people fucking show up there. There are lots of dark little corners to get yourself lost in if you need to.
All right, we'll meet at the La Fabrique. Background noise will be useful, and make sure you do know what numbers they are. I want to make sure we can exchange those, and also be prepared to have to be dumping these phones into the river as soon as we're done with them and picking up new ones.
This is not my first burner phone. I know how to use a burner phone. We're good.
Apologies. I don't like to make assumptions.
No, that's fair, and I'm a new kindred, so yeah, all right. No, I got it. Don't worry.
And this, dear viewers, is the point at which the fantastic vignettes that we've all already played through would happen. So we're going to swishy effect to several hours later. Everyone has gone off on their own errands and adventures, and we'll then meet up at the Fabrique with burner phones.
Roland is hunting on the way.
Mm-hmm.
His usual thing: find someone who's bitter and angry and getting drunk way too early in the evening and stop them before they make a mistake that's worse than meeting him.
Mm-hmm. You're able to top off just fine. La Fabrique, and actually let me. Let's see. Apologies, everyone. I'm still getting used to the idea of sharing things. I'm not
All
very
right.
good at sharing. If we could please share that. Share screen.
Oh, yes.
La Fabrique is a very fun, very happening club. Even on a Tuesday night, there are several, mostly groups of people that have shown up. It's expansive. It's got a lot of floor area, lots of booths and little tables tucked away. So for the size of it, it's pretty empty, but there are people around.
So, Jenny will probably get there first, and will mostly be just dancing until she sees one of the others.
And let's say that Roland shows up next. You find the newbie up on a podium dancing.
Looks down and says, "Hey! Oh my god! Hey!" And hops down off of the podium and comes up and is like, kind of like lurches like she's gonna try to hug Roland, and then stops and is like, "Hey! How's your night been? You good? You good?
No.
Okay. The others.
But I never am, so don't worry about it.
Okay, great. Love that. I'm I'm sorry. Were the others here? Is it just you and me, or?
I haven't seen them.
Okay.
They'll probably be around.
Okay. Well, if yeah, do you want to sit, or do you want to come dance for a bit, or because we could dance.
We could.
You don't dance, do you?
No, this club is just not prepared for my dancing.
What do you do? Line dancing?
No.
Ace shows up next and finds Roland being his normal tall, dour self, with Jenny kind of like I don't know, pixieing in front of him a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, is it Anais or Marie? Sorry.
And I showed up next.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she just sees Genevieve doing her thing. WAP is playing in the background. Other songs playing. You know, oh, Roland left. Roland left the dance floor.
Just changing the background.
It was so apropos though.
Yeah, timing was perfect.
Yeah, she just sees her doing her thing. Chats it up with Genevieve and everything.
So pretty much as soon as Jenny sees Anais, does run over and hug her.
And
we Marie shows up.
I look around and I'm just like, well, I like the music great deal, and it sort of calms me down a little bit because I've had a tense evening so far. I am clutching I've grabbed a bigger purse from my apartment than I was usually carrying, and I'm carrying this book in it. And I'm like just looking around for all of them, just like ready to just grab them and let them know a few things. I'm just, much as I like the music, I am just very eager to be around people I am working with at the moment.
Yeah. It doesn't take you long to find them. They're the 3 mismatched ones standing at the edge of the dance floor.
Mm-hmm. And I move in and I'm just like, well, so far I've had a very eventful evening. And for a second I look at Roland and I just sort of smile a little bit, but then I just look over at the others and well, did anybody make any headway or... Oh, by the way, Anais, I had some more of your things transferred over to the hotel, so...
thanks for that.
Not a problem. But I am having a bit of an evening. So, what progress has been made, everyone?
Do you wanna sit down? Do you wanna like we can, if you've had a bad evening, we can like just sit down and kind of settle down instead of talking business right away.
I think we have to move quickly.
Okay.
In fact,
you really want to.
Yeah. Anais, in Toulouse, how well did you know Madeline?
Madeline?
Yes.
I knew her fairly well.
Yes, Villion's child, yeah. Well, I'm going to need to talk to her. And I'm worried that I've already tried to reach out, but I'm worried that just one avenue might not be enough. So if you could possibly get me her contact information, I'd really appreciate it.
I actually believe I have it. Did you just need her phone number, her address?
That could be, phone number would be best, yes.
All right. I guess she kind of just writes it down on a napkin. Remember, a pen is in this club. I don't know if there's any pens in this club, but she goes ahead and writes down.
Someone's got to have a pen in their purse. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Yeah, she just writes it down.
All right. Yes, I'm going to need to speak with her because it seems things have gotten a little more complicated because of why not? All right, and Marie uses her burner phone to text Madeline and go, hello, hello. I'm one of the newcomers to the city, and I was hoping I might be able to speak with you. So, just sends that in there, and then checks to see if Lyle has texted her back yet.
Oh, yeah, he has. The reply is no.
All right. We're going to need access. Yes. Turns out this might go back a little bit farther than we thought. Everybody. Much farther.
So, hold on a second. What am I looking for here? Like, what are you guys doing? I know you talked about an investigation, but like, I don't really know what. Do you need my help with something?
The jackasses that converted you attacked the others of our kind
Right.
a while ago. And we are investigating what they were doing and if we can't exterminate them as well.
Okay.
Yes, and we're trying to keep them from getting a foothold here.
I
And
see.
possibly not just them. That is essentially what is happening. And we're going to be helping each other.
Okay. And is that you're trying to include me in this? Or
Yes.
okay. All right.
Not to put it, not to make you more afraid or uneasy than you already are, but technically speaking, the sword of Damocles is kind of hovering above you. The conversion for more of our kind is generally frowned upon, and usually when that happens, it's death for both maker and child. So, in the interests of making sure they don't do that and blaming you for nothing that you had anything to do with, it's probably best if we can just do this just to make sure things are all right with you. I don't want to alarm you, but basically all of these assholes kind of do this, and this is really the best way to sort of make sure everything goes in a way that's best for you.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
Okay,
welcome to the shit. It comes as like any good rock, it rolls downhill, and unfortunately, you being a week old means you're at the bottom of that hill.
You know what? Okay. You know what? Not even a big deal. Whatever. I will. Sure. If I can help you help me stay alive, then I'm in. All in. On board.
Practical.
Roland, wasn't there something about Boyer giving permission for more of your kind to expand, shall we say? Reproduce?
Well, to submit applications, essentially, I really doubt this qualifies.
Hmm.
I'm going to pause this for just a sec. Anais, you get a text on your old phone, on your standard phone, and it is from Madeline. And it says, do you recognize this number? And it's the number from Marie's burner.
I quickly text, yes, it's Marie.
Thank you. And shortly thereafter, Marie gets a text. Yes, of course. Anything for a fellow Toreador. When and where?
I look around at everybody and I just go, what is on the docket for tonight? Because I have to do a bit of research and I definitely have to meet with Madeline, and I might not mind some company when meeting with her.
Let's gather everything we've got first. Let's get all our intel together before we decide our next course of action.
Also, Roland, you owe me. Well, I guess not owe, but an explanation of the Bruja thing would be like really cool, really so cool.
I understand, and it's better to tell you sooner rather than later. Well, I'll give you the very, very short version.
Okay.
The Bruja is a clan of ancient lineage. They were known as the philosopher kings of Carthage a while back. Known to be very in touch with their emotions in a very different way to Clan Toreador, which these two ladies are. You will feel strongly anger welling up within you. Are you familiar with what the beast is?
Yeah.
We are closer to it than others, and it is a red coal that will always be within you. So you must take care to control yourself as best you can.
Okay.
That is the curse of being the clan Bruja. It is something you will always struggle with and you will never overcome.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he kind of sucks, but like, I can sort of deal with him. It's weird.
You say that now, but
Yeah. Okay. Of course,
when you
it's
are
gonna get
hungry,
worse.
when you are hurt, it will become much worse. Always be sure to be as strong as you can and never let up your mental guard even for a minute.
Wait. So should I like not listen to him when he's like encouraging me to like do things and like?
Never, never indulge your beast.
Oh. Okay. I just.
The
Good
beast
luck
is-
with that. Good luck
The
with
beast
that.
is inhuman. The beast is specifically the parts of you that are no longer human.
Yeah.
You walk
I mean,
and talk, but you will walk and talk despite being dead, but you are still human.
okay.
Somewhat.
Okay. So. All right.
I
So
mean-
is there good things about Clan Bruja then?
Oh yes, very much so. The same fire that burns inside you that can make you lose your control also comes within you and can flow forth like a torrent. I will be happy to show you a demonstration at some other time of the things we do.
Yeah.
Did you see my room? Did you see all of the things that I just picked up and moved?
Yeah, I know, it was pretty rad.
Yes. I wasn't even trying.
Okay, cool. So I get super strength. Neat. Great. Okay.
You make fabulous
Did you-
soldiers to an extent.
Did you see what I was doing when I fought Guillaume?
Yeah.
Yes, that is also something you can do.
Okay. All right. Well, I
And-
don't want to be some fucking soldier, but
You don't have to be.
all
Your
right.
own life is yours to choose to do what you want with. Just know
Okay.
that fire is something that will be both a boon and a curse.
This kind of sounds similar to the shit I went through in life, so more of the same, I guess. I know it's different, I know. But
No, that is a good attitude. Hold on to it for as long as you can.
all right.
And actually, at this pause, we're going to remember that Marie actually has to make a conscience roll for some things that happened during her interlude. So that's conscience difficulty 8.
You're muted.
One success, sorry.
Okay. How does this manifest? The part of Marie that still thinks and feels like a human being remembers the pain and terror in Eva's eyes as she was being deformed. It seemed like a really good idea at the time, but the images stuck with her and pangs what is left of her heart a little bit. She played tough, she was very good at playing tough, but something deep inside knows just how much Marie hurt her.
All right. She just looks down for a second. Goes, try to hold on to a little bit of humanity if you can, but mostly just try to hold on to control, honey.
Yeah, same shit, different night, I guess.
Anyway, in terms of what I've learned, I found out where the Jones assassin works. I'm going to go and get an employment roster and a duty schedule. I'm going to see if I can't cross-reference them, find out who had access and who was unaccounted for at the time of Jones' murder, and that will probably lead us to our trigger man.
And how long, if you don't mind me asking, how long do you think it'll take us?
To get an employment roster? Not long at all. I have my ghoul working on it, but if we want to move faster, well, it's not like an HR drone is going to really stand in my way.
Something that would occur to Anais during this discussion is that having what memories she has about that evening and psychically read that flare casing, if presented with the person, she might be able to tell who it is.
All right then. Wait, so do we have the red flare is not with us, is it?
I'm sorry, what?
The flare's not with us, is it?
No,
it's
no.
not.
No,
okay.
No, but having done that mystic exercise with it, like if you shook the person's hand, or maybe even if you just saw them and studied their aura, maybe you would be able to figure out who they were.
All right. Pretty useful. Anais basically tells them that, hey guys, I can, detect a lot of things with my powers if you guys ever need it. I can sense a lot of things and objects like I did with the flare, so if you guys need me.
You are always needed. You are a welcome asset.
Yes, darling, we always like having you here. We're always very pleased that you're here. But in fact, if you guys don't mind, I think we need to make a possible visit to Madeline. Do you mind if I tell her that I want to meet her as soon as possible? And would you mind joining me?
No, I wouldn't mind. I still got to talk to her about a lot of things anyway, so yeah, I'll tell her that I'm rendezvousing with you. And
right.
Text that to Madeline.
All right, and then I text Madeline. I'm like, I'd like to meet as soon as possible. Name the location wherever you feel comfortable.
She names a bistro in the more pedestrian part of the old city.
Okay.
A few alleys, a few blocks, basically off of Rue Saint Catherine, near the river.
All right. Do you all mind joining me for this?
Sure. I've got nothing else going on tonight. I'm fine.
If need be. It is also so good that Roland did not see Anais using her old phone to text about Marie's burner. Because he would have grabbed Marie's phone and thrown it into the river.
I'm gonna Jim, you should have gotten I'm not sure if you got the cafe background, but I'm gonna send it to you right now just in case. And then we can just go, if it's all right with everybody else, we can go to the cafe. I just sent it to you in Discord.
Um, please hold.
It's like vampire Chipotle or something.
It's Vampire TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't need to stop when I'm just changing the background. I can still hear you guys just fine.
Okay. I wasn't sure. So you arrive at the bistro. It's the kind of place where you grab your own table and someone will come over when they're able. Madeline has a table. She is there with a gentleman who looks to be of, North African descent, in a sharp suit. Anais recognizes him as Faisal, who is just part of her entourage.
She gives like a slight wave at Faisal, and just walks over to him, says her greetings and all of that.
Mm-hmm. You'll approach the table. Faisal stands to greet you, but Madeline does not. And let me.
How long was the walk from La Fabrique to here?
To here, maybe 20 minutes.
Okay.
In these high heels. Oh my god.
Roland's also letting everyone else know that apparently there's a big thing going on with arms smuggling that he's looking into. Apparently something is gearing up, so there might be, again, things might get a lot worse before they get better in terms of actual violence on the streets. Roland is looking into it.
Madeline is. Let's see how it's at.
Also, Maria's basically enlightened them on the way here as to why we're meeting with Madeline. So, basically, she needs to get out of town because there's probably going to be a hunt for her if she doesn't, and there is definitely going to be a hunt for us if she doesn't.
Mm-hmm. She looks to be in about her mid-30s. I'd say strong but sculpted facial features, noble bearing, very French, very French aristocrat. And she asks Faisal to grab some more chairs so that you can all sit. And she turns to Marie and says, "So, what did you want to meet so urgently about?"
Safety, madam.
Oh.
I'm afraid that even by our standards, you are not safe in this city.
Excuse me. That's Thank you for the notice.
Yes. Well, it's rather urgent. You need to get out. You need to get out by Sunday.
And why would I do that?
So that you're not dust on Sunday.
I'm afraid you're being a bit vague.
Quite frankly, I have been contacted by some rather, shall we say, important figures within our community who very much want you gone. And it was very heavily implied to me that if you were not gone by that particular date, that you would end up much like Joan did.
Curious.
Mm-hmm. Basically, I just look at her and I'm trying to impress upon her that it's for her own good. I need her to take me seriously, so I am going to turn up a little bit of the, yes, technically, what should I call, turn up a little bit of the awe, I guess. Perhaps.
Do you actually have awe? I didn't think you had awe.
I don't think, no, I don't, but I don't mean literally all. I mean my ability.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying your best to be charming and convincing. In this case, we're not going to work with a roll.
Okay.
But, she says, well, clearly, if you know of a threat to me, you should be able to defend me from it, yes?
Why would I? See, the problem is that I'm a busy girl. And I don't really have a whole lot of time to play bodyguard. And nor do any of my compatriots here. But I wouldn't be telling you this if it wasn't serious. And I look at Anais and I just go, would you vouch for me, darling?
Yes, I'll vouch for you.
Much appreciated. And Faisal says, just tell us who it is and we'll take care of it.
Problem is, it's one of those matters where I literally cannot. And I try to without saying it plainly, but try to imply what that means. She's not going to be completely alien to the concept given her age. So,
Faisal says, "Do me a favor, look at me."
All right, and I kind of roll my eyes, and I'm like, "Here we go," And I look right at him,
and he studies Anais's face intently for a moment.
Wait, oh, he's looking at Anais.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marie.
All right.
Marie's face intently for a moment. And he says, well, it's true. You've been dominated. I can't undo it.
I would really love to be able to help you further. But unfortunately, the best I can do is to tell you to get out. I don't know what you think you're doing here exactly. And quite frankly, well, I kind of care, but not enough to interfere with this. And I really doubt, given the conflicts that have already arisen in this city, that we need the corpse of Villion's child on our hands. Or rather, the dust.
Madeline says, first of all, you should never presume a lady's age. Secondly, if not for the fact that my dear friend Anais was sitting next to you, I would almost think that you were threatening me.
I don't want to threaten people. I'm not interested in threatening people. I, however, sometimes have to pass on things that I don't really like. Unfortunately, a lot of people have been making threats lately. And unfortunately, one of them has decided to make me be the messenger. I am not threatening you. I am just repeating what I have been told. I don't particularly like it because I would like to stick to what I came here to do. But unfortunately, well, he's already told you. I don't have any interest in coming into conflict with you.
Well, then I'm sure that this conspirator will wish to follow up with you, and please feel free to tell them in the most polite terms possible, which as a dedicated and skilled courier, you would be able to do, that I'm not going anywhere. I'm not about to be intimidated by idle threats made through intermediaries. And please understand, I mean this as no offense to you personally. I feel for your situation.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. I have tried to talk some sense into you. Clearly, that's not going to be found here. Let me put it this way. It takes more than you'd expect to do to me what this person did to me tonight. All right? I'm not as delicate a flower as I look. So, if I were you, and I reach out, I put my hand on her wrist, and I'm not going to do anything, to her physically. I would consider that. And if you like, you can check how sincere I'm being about that.
She says, well, this has been lovely. I'm afraid that I do have some other things to attend to this evening, so if you will all excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
She stands.
And can I just take her temperature, basically?
Perception plus empathy. Difficulty... Right. Oh. Difficulty 6.
All right, difficulty 6. Oh, only 2 successes.
She is absolutely and entirely unaffected by what you've told her. If she were inclined to actually be rude about it, she would think that you just wasted her time.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I take it I'm going to have to be a little more direct with her at some point.
Left.
Mm-hmm. What day of the week is it, by the way?
It is now Tuesday.
Now Tuesday. Okay. I look at the others. Well, we're going to have to take a more direct action. She is not listening at all.
Why are we taking a direct action from someone who's forcing you to do something?
Because if we don't, this is not going to go away, and we are not going to be able to get anywhere. I've uncovered, let me put it this way. And you know what? I'm going to look around a bit. Is
be under observation.
Okay, not at all?
No.
Really not? All right, I'm going to open up my bag.
There's a waiter that comes over. Hi, so what can I get for you folks this evening?
Your absence.
Oh.
Go away.
We appreciate the help. We're
I'll leave you to it. And
we're still deciding. Sorry about them.
I'll have some sweet tea.
I would also love some sweet tea. Thank you.
Of course you get to eat. Okay. Can you eat? And I look at her and I look at Anais and I'm like, can you eat?
I like sweet things.
Oh, I used to love sweet things.
Why don't you bring
Literally.
some tea? Order
You
some
have
tea.
no idea how jealous of you I am, darling. All right, I take the book, one of my books, and I slam it down on the table. Do you remember what was his name? Guillaume told us last night
Which part?
about the real reason the Sabbat attacked.
Yeah.
as it so happens, I found some possible information on that earlier today. I arrived in my apartment to find it ransacked, and luckily enough, they didn't find anything. I know for a fact they didn't. But if they knew how to look, they would have. And as it turns out, I found something that should have been irrelevant, but wasn't. It has to do with the first Prince of Bordeaux and a little project he was getting involved in. And it could be very much the key to what happened here. And it's very, very likely, due to what I learned earlier today, that if we do not find a way to investigate this further and find the information that we need and track this down, this whole city might explode. We're talking...
Literally, or?
Yes. We're talking very deep and ancient metaphysical forces here. Real magic. Unfortunately, further leads on this are being held hostage. And it's very likely that until we perform this little task, we're not going to get anywhere. And I don't just mean because they're holding the information hostage. The person I talked to let me put it this way, has the means to have us blackballed in all avenues and may just be petty enough to do it.
Okay. And so what do they want?
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, Roland.
I'm assuming you can't just tell us who they are so I can stick a knife in his eye?
I mean, she could describe him.
I can describe him. Blonde, cheekbones, but let me put it this way. It wasn't the most orthodox of interactions. I would be able to tell that I'm being magicked, so I'm not entirely sure that description is going to help us.
Much as I would love to go and stab every single person that's blonde and has high cheekbones in Bordeaux, I think we have better things to do.
Yes.
Okay, so what do they want exactly that can help this? Like, do they just want that woman?
They want her out of the city. And if they don't get her out of the city, not only will be completely blackballed, but it's very likely, well, let's just say she wasn't the only person they threatened.
I see. Okay, do you think we'd be able to meet with her again? Maybe I can try talking to her.
I mean, Anais has an actual relationship with her. And, not to spoil anything, but Anais, you're pretty sure you've got a pretty good read on what she's doing here and why she's here.
You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to ask about that. Like, I look at Anais and I'm like, what can you tell me about her? Because we need to find out what we're going to do here.
She was a part of the prestigious parts of the city, but she quote unquote stepped down from this, and mainly I'm trying to help her regain some type of power to take basically this whole place down in the general sense of things. Where is my sweet tea?
Wait, the whole place down, Toulouse or Bordeaux?
Frankly, like from my point of view, I'd want all of it to burn, but I believe it's Toulouse.
So she's been plotting a coup and you've been helping her?
I've been plotting the coup. She just runs to regain some type of power.
And I'm sorry, just to clarify, Madeleine sort of stayed out of the limelight in Toulouse and doesn't, as far as Anais knows, have any particular plans there. But she has some strong feelings about Bordeaux. how things have been going.
Gotcha. Yeah, Anais is just confused. She wants her tea. It's it's been a night.
This coup. She's Villain's child. She's worked for him. She was princess here, but really not. And what was the plan exactly? Who was going to be taking over?
As far as Anais knows, there is not really a plan exactly right now. They are here to see Joan's killer brought to justice and otherwise support Bordeaux in dealing with the Sabbat. But that support, of course, would have to be asked for because Boyer claims praxis, claims sovereignty, basically. And if they came in, if Toulouse and Vion came in and just started trying to sweep up, it would not be pretty.
God damn it. So he was taking part in a coup that you were somehow involved in, involving Toulouse, overthrowing the court of Toulouse, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
Was it to cast off Villon's? Was it actually to cast off Villon's influence there, or sovereignty over Toulouse, and somehow put Madeline in there, even though she's his child? Or was it to give him a new puppet, a better puppet in Toulouse? Do you know that? Darling, we have to.
It was to cast him off. I'm not quite sure about Madeline eating the head. There's no set plan out here.
Does she know that you were trying to get rid of Vion in this plan of yours?
Yes, I've told her, like, explicitly.
So she turned against him.
I believe so.
I'll be damned, Anais. I didn't think you had it in you.
Honestly, fucking rad. Big respect.
All right, I'm going to take out my burner phone. And I'm going to text.
Yes, Jenny, a lot of kindred are exactly like this at all times.
Exactly.
I'm going to text Madeline, and I'm going to go, I know what you were planning with your your sire.
Political schemery.
Roland gets a text from a number that he doesn't recognize, but the text says, "It's Lyle. We need to talk."
I'm going to text him back and say, then talk. That's what phones are for.
How
does Lyle have access to Roland's burner phone, though?
No, it's on his old phone. It's on his old phone.
Okay. All right.
Which I'm sorry. I assume that you had them all with you because that's the numbers that most people in town have for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's not used for anything for the investigation.
Okay. So okay.
It's not my fault he set himself up for that one.
No, it's really not. He texts, explain the La Sombra blood bond in 140 characters or less.
A tactical decision.
Because turning yourself into a slave is great tactics?
No, because draining a prisoner is good tactics.
I need to see an incapacitated La Sombra by sunrise, or I will be the least of your problems.
No, lovely. Hey, do you have Gilliam's head? I need it.
Shouldn't have his head. He should still be alive, right?
He's
He is
alive?
Yes.
He's what?
Don't worry, darling. I made sure.
No, I'm quite worried.
All right, I'll go get him. Don't worry. Both of you people need to calm down.
Look, I've got Lyle swinging his dick around about more stuff. And I was
Tell
under the
him-
impression that once we got all the information we needed out of him, we would get rid of him.
I
Because
promised Jenny here I wouldn't kill him.
It's true.
But I did use my means, so don't worry about it. I will deliver him completely neutralized. Tell Lyle that I will be willing to do that, but he has to give me a little bit of access to, or at least a connection to some occult texts, because I need to do some research. Oh, also, I might need a little bit of help with a certain little bit piece of blood magic. And I reach into my purse and I pull out what basically looks like a leech. Because there's some
You
things.
ask him. He doesn't like me.
He doesn't like it.
Says the
He
witch.
doesn't like any of us.
No,
All right, then
it's a little bit different.
All right.
I'm actually, I may have
Anais and
infinite-
Jenny hear the clatter of a tray, of a waiting tray and glasses as the waiter sees the leech come out of the purse.
Hey. Don't worry about it. My friend here is just a can't remember what it's called. The bug scientists? That one.
entomologists.
You people
That's
have
the
to-
one.
That's not what an entomologist is.
Or I'll tell my manager.
Oh, entomologist. I thought you said etymologist. Yeah.
No. Okay. Jenny stands up and puts a hand on his shoulder, says, "Listen, we'll put the leech away. Promise. It's not... I understand it's weird. She's just kind of forgets where we are sometimes. Like, please. There's no need to make a scene."
I'm actually an ichthyologist, by the way. Not an entomologist.
pushing fucking I guess the dominate powers a little bit.
So awe is.
I put it back
No,
in my
not dominant, presence.
Yeah. All right. So that one costs a blood point if you want to do that.
Yeah, she's full up. So yeah.
All right, I text Lyle and I say,
Okay, just keep it. I don't know, in the purse, please. Like that, you're gonna freak out the other customers.
I
"Mea
know.
culpa."
Don't worry. We'll
Mea
keep it in the
culpa.
purse. You're wonderful.
I text Lyle and I say to him, "Tell you what, I can get you what you want, but you have to do a little bit of blood voodoo for me, and I do need access to those books. It's in your best interest, anyways. I'm just throwing in a treat." That's what I text him.
And not to play the phone game, but Anais and Marie Suzette also find that you have a text from Suzanne.
Oh,
Are you free tonight?
Yeah, she just texts a quick yes.
yes, we are. But, and I look at Roland and I go, "Tell you what, I will help you deliver the Sombra, but you do have to help me with Madeline. I'm going to need help from everybody with Madeline."
And what exactly would you like me to do to Madeline?
I don't know yet. We're going to figure it out.
Just I'll try talking.
You know
to her.
what? Try to find any evidence of her involvement other than, of course, our darling friend's testimonial here, and see if we can use that a little bit. Also, Yeah, we should get involved with. We should get Joan's killer ASAP. If that's going to help her get out, that will definitely help. That would definitely be good.
Well, I can go down to the hospital, but I'm really not going to be able to just walk over to the HR and demand that they give me their employment records without a whole lot of noise. That was why I set my goal to do it.
Well, in the meantime, do you think you could possibly trail her and maybe look a few things up?
Trail Madeline.
Well, you don't necessarily find out where she's staying, maybe find once again some evidence that she's working against Leon. That might be pretty helpful for us.
If I do this, it's not going to be very pretty, and it's not going to endear her well to us.
Look,
I'm not looking to be endeared to her. I tried that. I'm looking to get her out so we can just get on with our lives.
Wait, hold on. That was you trying to be endeared?
I was being very polite, and I was being very frank with her, and I was being very respectful in doing so.
You're politely threatening her.
No, I was passing on a threat, and I made that very clear.
That's not different.
Look, Marie and Anais get back. Can you be at El Bodegon at 3?
I can.
She just texts her.
Look, Anais, before we completely piss her off, why don't Anais try to talk to her, and I'll try to talk to her, and maybe use a little bit more honey in the whole fly catching process. And if that doesn't work and I completely strike out, then we can do the things that will piss her off. But it sounds like the best way to go about things right now is to try to find the killer. So that seems the best way to go.
Oh, I'd love to find the killer. I'm
Great.
Very much interested in finding the killer. I just want her out.
Yeah, and it seems like she's going to need a little bit more buttering up. Look, I can talk to her tomorrow night. I think tonight's not the night to try to, jump on top of all that. So
trust me, darling, when you get used to the way things are done around here, among our kind, the fact that I was so direct with her is quite the kindness.
Well, then, I hope I never get used to how things are done around here. Jenny stands up.
Well, hopefully, either you will or you might be dead before then, and that's not me threatening you. That's just how things are. I'm just trying to help.
Great.
Nobody ever wants honesty. Why does nobody ever want honesty?
Lyle texts Marie back, "Get me what I want, or Roland dies for real this time. Try barking up another tree for those books."
I just start laughing a bit because that's fucking hilarious to me. That is genuinely hilarious to me. And I pull up the text and I make sure it's like showing like as clearly as possible, and I show it to Roland. Yeah, you guys all just saw a picture of my nephew in a bear suit. Just ignore that.
Because bears.
Because bear. Baby bear. Yeah. So I'm like, and even I find that hilarious. I'm like, that's funny. Parts of that is funny.
What part? The part where I did that to help facilitate the interrogation that we were all doing?
What?
Yeah. That's the reason why this whole thing happened. You were there. You saw it. Now I need that guy's head in a bag, preferably yesterday. But I suppose I'll settle for just him laid out on a cart.
Can I just make a point here? He apparently didn't he say he wanted them in the La Sombre intact? He wanted that keeper kept, correct?
I was under the impression that he was already gone.
Yeah, no. Answer the question. Did Lyle say he wanted the keeper kept or not? Intact.
He said he wanted him out. I have no problem bringing a wagon with that guy staked out on it, but I need him now.
All right, I'll get him for you. Now, what time is it, Gabe?
Let's say it's about 10 o'clock when this is all happening. And,
Excellent.
Genevieve now also gets a text.
Okay.
It is from Lex.
Okay.
And they say, "Are you free?" Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. It's got to be later than that. It's got to be more like.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
It's got to be more like 12:30. Sorry about that. But there's still a text from Lex. Are you free?
I'll pause and click off the vape and toss it back in my purse and head back inside and said, "Do you guys need me for anything else tonight?" You're muted.
Not that I can think of, but please answer if we text you.
Of course. And Roland, if you could at some point, it doesn't have to be tonight, but just sometime, someday, I'd really love to, I don't know, meet Bruja people. Like, I don't know, there's a whole, like, group, right? Like,
Yes, we have a bar. Well,
yeah.
Are you asking him to help you mingle? That's amazing. I love that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a bunch of Bruja friends that you hang out with on a regular basis?
No, darling, that's not how I operate. I'm just saying it's very funny that you're asking Roland specifically. Just saying.
I don't see any problem with that. Roland seems like introduce me around drinks at a bar sounds like exactly up Roland's alley. So yeah, if you could, I'd appreciate it. Do you have like a leader or something that I need to introduce myself to?
Yes.
That's actually.
I will be able to take care of that. Let me go and schedule a meeting with him, and I will see about making introductions with my friends, so to speak. They're a bit better class of person than Lyle.
All right. Well, I look forward to meeting him. What's his name?
Well, Theodore.
Okay, Theodore.
The leech in my purse is a better class of person than Lyle.
Well, that's good to know. All right. Well, I'll see you all later then.
The leech smiles with pride.
I hate that. Text back to Lex. Yeah, I'm free. What's up?
The text is, "I'm at Hospital Saint Denis, and I would just really appreciate it if you were here."
Okay. Yeah. Are you okay?
Saint Denis, I think, is how it's pronounced.
Saint Denis, yeah. And the text back is, "I'll be fine."
Okay. Yeah. Gotta go, guys. And Jenny takes off to that place.
Roland, I can get you your La Sombra really quick before I leave for our little girl group meeting. But I'm going to need to be very careful with how they're extracted. You're pretty good at staking people, right?
Of course.
All right. Well, we're going to need to go back to my apartment, and you're going to need to wait right outside the door. And when you hear my call, like when you hear my mark, I'm going to need you to do your thing as quickly as possible. Is that all right?
That seems unnecessarily elaborate.
It's necessarily elaborate, trust me. So,
So,
all right.
Assuming we all follow Marie's plan, Roland, you have no particular problem incapacitating Guillaume with a stake and being able to present him to Lyle.
Hey, remember that grenade that I have?
what about it? Wait, are we at my apartment now?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, what about it?
Oh no, that was to Gabe. I'm gonna have the grenade under the tarp that I'm putting over Guillaume,
Mm-hmm.
just for when I present him to Lyle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually rigging the pin to be pulled out or anything like that.
So, do you want us to like go through the scene of what I'm about to do? I think it's pretty obvious what I'm about to do, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want us to go through it real quick?
I just want to keep things moving a little bit. So, Genevieve, at the hospital, you
Is this the same hospital that Roland has?
It is, yes. I'm sorry.
Oh, excellent.
I wanted to mention that.
No, that is important. That does hit another 2 birds with 1 stone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so okay. How long is it taking to get there? Just how long has it been since my last appointment is what I'm getting at here for.
Yeah, it's been long enough, and things don't
Okay.
affect you like they used to. So
Okay.
you'll
Sober.
You'll be able to manage very well.
Okay.
You get the Lex was admitted through the ER.
Okay.
And has been seen. No, I'm sorry. Actually, at this point, they're still waiting to be seen.
Okay. Are they in the waiting room or are they in a room?
They are in a room.
Okay.
They were beat up pretty bad.
Okay, so pretty much as soon as I get in the room, I kind of stop and stare.
Hey.
What the fuck happened?
It was... I made a stupid mistake, and some guys clocked me and tried to... Well, they did take what I had. That was
Who the fuck was it? Do you know?
What?
Did you like get? Did you see who it was?
Yeah, I saw who they were. I'm gonna file a police report. Well, leave certain details out, but I'm gonna file a police report, descriptions and everything. And I just, this is all just a lot. Thanks for coming. And they want to hold your hand.
Yeah, I reach down and hold their hand. And can you tell me everything you know about them?
Yeah, I was. Oh, where was I? I was at Lace, and she describes 3 people. And they just kind of like, I thought it was gonna be a deal, and then it was definitely not. And well, here I am. I mean, that's
Okay.
that's what happened.
So you're meeting them for a deal. Do you have like a phone number or something?
No, it was just, dealing at a club. And that's most of what I do.
I know, but I'm not just gonna fucking sit here and let you get hurt by some fucking jackasses.
Well, that's whatever right now. Just...
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I just seeing you hurt like this just gives me this fucking rage.
A nurse comes in. She's the average height. Very round glasses that look like they've got some kind of reflective coating on them. Probably cut down on the glare from computer screens. Hair pulled back, and she says, "Okay, Monsieur Lex. My name is... Sorry, I'm just having a brain fart for a sec. My name is Courtney. I'm just one of the ER nurses here. I'm just going to take your vitals and get some other information, just give you a look over. All right. And she comes over, starts filling out a chart, and glances at Jenny quickly and says, "And who is this?" To Lex, and Lex says, "This is my friend. We were traveling together."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, américaine?
Oui.
Well, normally Bordeaux is a much more hospitable city than this.
Is it? Sure would have fooled me by now. Sorry. No, it's very nice. Bordeaux has been mostly more hospitable.
Indeed. Excuse me. She kind of like stops. Roll me wits plus medicine.
Wits plus medicine.
Difficulty 7.
There's medicine. Okay. This isn't something like quickly changing or happening, right? It's just kind of figuring something out.
No, actually, that would apply.
Oh, so change of plans applies? Okay. So, all right. Difficulty 7. Two successes.
You're pretty sure that there are some basic things like from, doing intakes at other doctors. There are some things that she missed. But she says, well, that's it for me. I'm afraid that visitors aren't really supposed to be back here right now. So, Jen, if you'll come with me, Lex, you'll be just fine. One of our doctors will be in just a few minutes. Despite what you've heard about socialized healthcare, it's really not that much of a wait.
I'm going to take a step in closer. And I'm going to say something, but I'm trying to gauge if my spidey sense is tingling with her at all. So I'll just say, are you sure I can't stay in the room with them? I think they're pretty freaked out right now, and we're both in a foreign country. Like,
She says, well, maybe I just didn't see you come in.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Any normal human feels like to me can
roll me perception plus awareness.
Okay.
Difficulty 8.
Oh, not my strong suits. Oh, one success.
Okay. There is something a little bit different about her, but she's not kindred.
Okay.
We're going to pause that scene for just a sec. Anais, while Roland and Marie have gone off to, I don't know, I guess get Guillaume, and Genevieve has been called away on something. What are you doing?
Sorry, my mouse. Anais taken.
I'm sorry?
You're muted.
God damn it, this mouse. Anais was taking selfies for a minute. Yeah, she goes and tries to track down Madeline to convince her about what Marie said about being in danger. So
it's pretty easy task for you to figure out where Madeline is and get in touch with her, convince her to speak with you privately. She's at the Regent.
Oh, she's at the Regent. Oh, sorry.
Yep. And you go up to her suite. Julie and Faisal were both there spending, sitting and talking with her. When you come in, she does dismiss them, though. And she says, sit, talk.
All right, then. You saw that I vouched for Marie back there, with you being in danger. Why still don't you agree with this?
I believe that your friend believes that I am in fact in danger.
Okay, why are you being so vague?
I also know, of course I'm in danger.
Why'd you have to be so vague about it?
My usurper is in power here. Vague about what?
I'm sorry, it's just been a day. The way that you word things, you could have just said that you don't believe her.
I do believe her. The problem is that she's not telling me anything new.
Okay. So, what are your next steps?
We're investigating on our own possible leads to Joan's killer.
And you haven't told me about it?
We only just confirmed that you were a friendly face.
Just confirmed. I was with her for years, and you've just confirmed that I'm a friendly face?
As I said, I knew that I was in danger coming here. You were from Bordeaux. You weren't sure how deeply that connection ran. And don't get me wrong, I'm not planning anything violent, anything aggressive with Bordeaux. But my presence would understandably be seen as perhaps an act of aggression. So, we are careful.
Fine, I guess. Is all she says to that.
Look, I don't think that things are so bad here that we necessarily need to indulge expansionist impulses. Boyer is a shit, but I don't think we can do anything about that, unfortunately. Frankly, as much as greedy as some people might be to have praxis here, I think that such a power grab would be a bad idea. I want nothing to do with it. I do want to see Joan's killer brought to justice, and I am here to assess the situation. But I am not Bordeaux's enemy, despite what they might think. So maybe someone who I was not expecting put Marie up to warn me off. Maybe not. She told me very little. There's nothing for me to go on. And I'm already being fairly careful. I want to point out how much it says about my trust in you that I am meeting you alone.
What does that mean?
Just what I said.
I repeat, what does that mean? It's a very vague term. Everybody has been really vague with me. I need specifics here.
It means that I think highly of you. It means that I trust you. You were Joan's protege and her friend. And as much as Joan and I sometimes had our differences, yes, I know what she thought of me. She was good at her job. I respected her.
Yeah, Anais just gives like an angry kind of nod, and like she understands. It's like she's like, okay, but I'm just not happy about this whole situation. She's just not happy about this whole situation at all. She's like, fine. I guess that's probably like the most I'll get out of you, pretty much.
Listen, the more you can do to see Joan's killer brought to justice quickly, the better off everyone will be in terms of why I'm here. Especially if you find her before we do, that means that Bordeaux can take care of itself. And that unstable neighbor I was talking about suddenly seems much more stable.
Yeah, she nods. She nods with her. Still in a little bit like of stressed, angry. But yes, I agree with you on this. I just wish you would have told me more about you tracking down her killer.
I'm sorry, I thought it was fairly obvious why we were here.
It's just that I feel that nobody keeps me in the loop of anything. Nobody ever tells me anything. I learn the moment I do find out, I'm either like being stabbed in the back or begging for mercy or blood like clogging up my lungs. I need to know. I'd rather like to know before that.
What can I do for you?
Just keep me in the loop. Text me or something. Just give me updates.
About the investigation?
Yes.
Very well.
Thank you.
What else? A lot is weighing on you, child. I can see that.
And he's like nods like, yes, I know. Just do what you can for me. That's all I need.
Like, do you need a certain harpy taken care of? Shown her place?
Yeah, she thinks back to, oh my god, and I used to block out her name. Was it Alice? I forgot her name now.
Alicia.
What?
Alicia.
Yeah, she blocked out her name. She barely. Yeah, she thinks back to Alicia, but yeah, she says no, not right now.
Okay. We do for each other, yes?
Yes, we do.
Let's cut back to Genevieve and Lex. Is there anything else that Genevieve particularly wants to talk about? Lex is happy to just kind of just talk.
Yeah, should just talk to Lex for a while, but like, and does the doctor come in eventually?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's just some slight concern.
So when the doctor comes in, the nurse comes back with him, and he says, "Hello, I'm Dr. Favreau. I'm one of the doctors here. I understand that you're Lex." And Lex says, "Mm-hmm." And he says, "I'm afraid that your friend here is not permitted during the examination. If they wouldn't mind waiting in the waiting room." And the nurse says, I can show you your way back.
It's Courtney again?
Yeah.
Okay. Glance at Lex. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll follow behind Courtney. And just kind of... So how long have you been a nurse?
Oh, years now. Although I just started on this ward. One sec here. The the ER is, I swear, they make it, this part of the hospital, confusing on purpose, just so, I don't know, crazed patients can't get out or something. Hold on, where are we? Oh, I'm sorry, this isn't the waiting room. Hold on, let's try this way. And
Okay.
she leads you through a set of double doors at one point, and you need to roll perception plus alertness.
Yeah. Hackles are way up. Perception plus alertness?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what difficulty?
6.
Two success.
Ooh, okay. Well, ties go to defender. So you are not surprised
Okay.
when you pass through, and they're the heavy double doors that'll like want to swing shut after you.
Yeah.
You come through, and she's not standing in front of you anymore. She's standing to the side, and she is holding, it's a crucifix.
Oh.
Scale is not good here, but it's about 6 inches tall, and it's around a thick leather cord that apparently are around her neck.
Okay.
And she holds it out, and she starts reciting something. Let me just he who loves and me. Sorry, I meant to. Yep. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Anyone who loves his father or mother is not worthy of me. Anyone who
as soon as I can react, I'm gonna punch her in the face.
Here's the thing about that, though. You
Okay.
actually are now subject to...
Oh God.
Sorry, I was not actually expecting to come upon this tonight.
Okay.
Here we go. What is your current willpower?
Current willpower is 5.
Okay, and you are driven back from her 2 meters.
Okay. Cool.
You stumble back into a hotel gurney. Or I'm sorry, a hotel gurney. A hospital gurney. And she presses on you. She's continuing with the reciting from the book of Matthew and brandishing her crucifix. And she, like, when you try to look at her, it's like trying to look at a burning white light.
Okay, I'm gonna
And your
fucking
beast is like, no, 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 no. And you need to roll self-control. Difficulty 8.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Courage, not self-control. Courage, difficulty 8.
Courage difficulty 8. Oh boy. Yep, that's the right number of dice. 3 successes.
Okay. So Jean wants to run hard, run far. You have control.
Okay. Okay. So what is celerity going to help me at all here? I'm trying to find where it is.
Possibly.
Okay. What could I do? I only have one dot. What can I do with that? Or do I get the sense that if I tried to do something with dominate that I would succeed, or that like this is just a bad situation? I know Jean wants me to run, but
you can attempt dominate.
all right, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna just like so effectively the internal conversation is I don't want to run. Help me do something else here.
Jean is just like, tell her to stop.
Okay. So I'll say, knock that shit off, and then push as much of my dominating in as possible.
I believe that is charisma plus leadership.
Charisma plus leadership. Okay. Not a smooth talker situation. Okay. So what's the difficulty?
6.
3 successes.
Damn. And she and then she keeps going.
Okay.
And she presses she has backed Genevieve into a corner.
Okay.
So kind of making you like push the gurneys out of the way as you're trying to back further and further away, and now you're in the corner, and she presses the crucifix right against her face.
Fuck. Okay.
And you take 1 level of aggravated damage.
Aggravated damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As this burns.
All right. I'm gonna try to just lash out as much as possible and do. What am I doing? Trying to claw at her face, basically.
Okay. And here is where the celerity comes in. If you would like to spend a blood point, you can get an extra action this round.
Okay, cool. Okay, so then if I can do 2 actions, I'm just gonna try to like use nails to like claw at her face and use that to push aside to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I roll
give
for
me a
that?
Dex plus Brawl roll.
Dex plus Brawl.
Mm-hmm. And you're so normally celerity adds dice, but when you use it for actions, it kind of says it goes from passive mode, which is dice, to active mode, and you don't get those dice.
Okay, cool. But I think this does qualify for feline grace, so because trying to like maneuver out of here. What's difficulty you said?
6.
6. 2 successes.
Okay. So let's do like what is Jenny's strength?
Strength. Only 1.
Potence 1, right?
Potency? Wait, what? Oh, potence. Yeah, potence 1.
Okay. plus 2 for that. Plus 1 for that. Roll 2 dice, difficulty 6.
Okay. 1 success, 1 failure.
All right. That is enough to push her off her feet, bang her into the wall, and make your escape.
Okay. Yeah, just full on running the hell out of there.
Yeah. It takes you a minute to navigate the halls of the hospital, but you are able to find a door out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gone. No one's gonna stop me. I'm just getting the hell outside.
Okay. Roland and Marie Suzette. You've got Guillaume. I assume you take him back to the Regent?
Yep.
All right.
That's the idea.
So, you get there. Do you let Lyle know you're there?
Do you want to let Lyle know we're here?
Well, he said bring him by, so he should be expecting us.
Yeah. Good point.
Do you pull up around? No, wait, you can't pull up around front. So you drive up.
Yeah, we're going to go to the loading dock.
Yeah. You get someone's attention. They go get Lyle. He's like, hey, get that thing I asked for?
No, I came just to bother you.
Oh, get in line.
And Marie just gestures. I guess he's on like a pallet or something. And she just gestures sardonically at the.
We've got him under a tarp just because, we don't want to walk around with an unconscious staked body, just in case anybody sees.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you would have brought him in a car.
No. I mean, I'm sure we brought him in a car, but I don't think we could take the. I mean, unless we were allowed to actually drive up.
Carrying a man-shaped tarp-covered package without driving it and just carrying around the city would still draw plenty of questions.
No. I mean, if we could actually drive up into the loading dock, I would assume that. If they're going to let us drive up there, then sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that is weirdly easy to do. You would think it would be harder. But anyway, so you pop the trunk. He lifts the tarp. And looks under. That's cute. What's with the boom boom?
Oh, that's you always have to have just a just in case.
He's Irish.
Sound.
Does he look familiar?
Oh, yeah.
And Roland is scoping up his reaction pretty much as soon as he says that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was at the raid. He got the better of me. I pinned him against the wall. Sorry, this is Gabe blanking, not Lyle. Yeah, no, I pinned him up against the wall outside the Grand Théâtre. But then I had to run off to complete the ritual. It was between, doing him in properly and making sure I could burn everybody to a crisp. I thought I tagged him to get burned as well. Oops.
No, he seemed to have been none worse for wear. But now do you understand why that was the way that was?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's not like I don't exactly believe the words coming out of your mouth. It's just, trust but verify.
No. If that's out of the way, I would really like to be actually getting back to my investigation instead of having to be,
We don't like being treated like errand boys and girls.
That is unfortunate because this inspires me to give you an errand. But I mean, if you don't want to help defend the city, that's your steez.
I was under the impression that we didn't really have a choice about what errands we were given or not given.
Oh, well, I mean, if that's how you feel about it, I have an errand for you. Look, hey, smoke break's over. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway. Damn porters. I gotta keep them in line. So we have the city pretty well surveilled at this point. The problem is that there are gaps in our information net, and I have a way to start closing some of them up. You may have noticed, I'm sure, that Bordeaux, at least this part of Bordeaux, is actually pretty old, and of course that means that it is riddled with tunnels and warrens and everything else underground. Now, yes, the Nosferatu claim the underground is their territory, them and David Bowie, but there are still places that they may not see comings and goings. So,
Why?
Because they don't go there.
Why?
You would have to ask them. In fact, while you're down there, you can do that. Look, my big project for the last 2 weeks has actually been to cook up some vampire detectors. I've got Fred.
You may need to detect more than vampires, by the way.
Oh.
They're not the only thing going on around here. Just thought you might. I actually have something that might help with that. But you probably aren't interested. Anyways,
You're probably right. Look, I just want you to go to this spot that I have verified with Docteur, their primogen, is kind of it's just like not part of their grid, not part of their usual stomping grounds. Just stick this like behind a brick or something, and he takes something out of his pocket, and it's a gold pendenty thing. And it looks like it almost has a cartouche on it, but it has more hermetic style symbols and not hieroglyphics. And it's made of gold.
Do I recognize it? Can I take a look at it?
Sure. Intelligence plus occult.
All right, 1 second.
Difficulty 8.
Also, is he being straight with us? Is he being deceptive at all?
Perception plus empathy.
5 successes.
Awesome. I'll get to that in a sec. Difficulty 6.
Elite.
Yeah, so he is in fact being straight with you.
All right, what can I glean from the piece?
You can glean that it isn't just hermetic symbols, but it looks like the whole thing has been stamped out of a larger piece of gold that was first transcribed with Enotion.
Okay.
You can't read what it could have said, but you at least recognize the script. And there, it is definitely some kind of, has something to do with interacting with kindred, and some kind of signaling going on.
All right. All right. Lyle, can I speak with you for a moment?
Sure.
I look at Roland. I'll fill you in a second. I just need to make this go quickly. Look, and I take Lyle's out. Like, look, I'm not interested in any of your little blood mage secrets. Well,
Okay.
I'm not interested in your thaumaturgy. I think it's gross. I'm not interested in it.
Oh, that's too bad.
All right. All right.
It can be fun.
I'm sure it's very fun for you, but that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to have fun. Listen very carefully. You don't want to let me into your library, fine, but I need some information on this city, and I need some deep information on the city. Because trust me, none of these little errands are going to add up to anything if what I've discovered is true.
Okay.
All right?
What have you discovered?
I want to resist any attempts he makes to force me to tell him.
Mm-hmm. At the moment, he's just asking a question.
Because I don't know who I can trust right now.
I mean, off the top of my head, nobody, but we're all in the shit together.
I don't know, because there is somebody who has been, I don't know, making it a little bit greener. I don't know. If you think that I am here to take any vengeance upon you or do anything like that or settle any old grudges or anything like that, I'm not interested in that, at least not with you. What I'm interested in is making sure this place is safe. But I can't do that if I'm constantly spilling everything I've learned and I don't have any routes to get the information I need to actually get things fixed.
Sure. So if you tell me what you've learned, I can provide you with whatever information I have access to that it would be pertinent.
I need something involving the first prince and the history of the city. And, strangely enough, possible areas of the city that kindred avoid.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Possibly what?
Areas of the city that kindred avoid for whatever reason.
Ah, curious. Well, tell you what, as I said, we're all in this shit together. I'm going to do you a solid. The two people that you really want to talk to are Igor and Jean-Pierre Griffin. Good luck with him. But Igor's a friendly sort. He loves to talk metaphysics. You might also want to try to hit up Docteur because he's more with mortal history of the city. I know that. But yeah, I'll see what we've got. But probably you want to be looking at university files, and Jean-Pierre is good for that. And yeah.
All right. I have a meeting with the... Oh, one more thing. And I open up my purse and I show him the leech. See this?
Cute.
It's adorable.
What's its name?
Anyways. I'm sorry?
What's its name?
Stevie Nicks. Now,
Oh, I don't think she was that bad.
Stevie Nicks is wonderful. All right. Anyways, the in-joke, you wouldn't understand. Anyways, in here is the blood of something troubling that's running around. If you really want, you might want to protect your hotel from it, and if the blood that I've collected here can help with that, I'm a nice gal. You can have it. Do whatever you want. Do your little wizardry.
Cool.
Enjoy.
He picks it up and holds it and pets it like Blofeld and his cat.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. I look at Roland and I go, okay, what time is it, by the way?
Oh gosh, by this point it's going to be more like 2:00.
2:00. All right, then I don't have that much time to. We have to make our way to the Immortal Women's Club, correct?
That would be at 3. Yeah.
All right. I look at Roland and I go, look, I want to go with you at some point to wherever the Nosferatu talk to Doctor and whatever, but I do need to make this meeting. It might just be a formality, and if it is, I will text you as soon as I can. Are you going to be all right?
I can just put that thing there. I don't want to, but in the interests of mutual cooperation, I will refrain from folding Lyle into a perfect cube.
Yeah, for now that might be a good idea. But if you could leave them a note, and I'd really appreciate that. If you could leave them a note, Doctor, and say that I need to talk to a few esteemed members of their little collective and ask them to contact me, I'd really appreciate it.
You do know I have a meeting with Jean-Pierre on Friday, right?
That's great. Can you talk to him for me too? See what we can get up.
Well, it's a poker game, but we'll see what shakes up with there. But well, I've never been one for the high life anyway. My God, it's just
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it.
It's about
right.
now. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was actually about to ask Genevieve after your encounter.
Yeah, it's about now your burner phones get a text that says, I just got attacked by a fucking vampire hunter.
Where?
The hospital I'm at. I forget the name.
Saint Denis.
Saint Denis.
The
I think she's still
hospital
in
I
there.
need to go to. The hospital I need to go to. I'll be right there.
What's going on? I look at him. I'm like, what's going on? Because I can see he's like.
No, you both got the text. It was it was to everybody.
So everybody, including Anais, it sounds like, got the text.
Yeah.
Well, things were just going too easily for us. We, of course, needed this. Oh, thank God. I'm so happy.
Well, I need to go down there to steal a copy of their duty roster anyway, so that's where that's where the hitman works out. This might be a good angle. Well, it's always fun to punch a hunter or two.
Should we tell our incredibly uncharming host?
No.
All right, that's what I figured. All right. I will see you soon. I need to meet Anais.
Okay. So Marie and Anais meet up. You do still have a moment before you have to head down to El Bodegon.
All right, let me change my background though.
So they're gonna go do the thing while I go and meet up with Genevieve.
That's up to you.
Well, I mean, I'm helping out Genevieve. She was just attacked by a vampire hunter, and she's young, and she really needs to be kind of eased into this thing a little bit better. She's being thrown. She's not even being thrown in the deep end. She's being thrown into the ocean, and there are riptides.
You just found a riptide.
It's a terrible riptide.
Yeah, but it's going to be really funny in a few seconds.
Great.
So let's do Anais and Marie Suzette first. Is there anything you want to do before you head to El Bodegon?
Maybe I might stop for a drink, like a real quick drink. But other than that, I think I'm. I just make sure I look proper, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop and make sure that I'm completely fed.
Sec here. How are you going about that?
Well, it's late at night, so I might just stop by some dive or hang out and just find a drunk young man. I prefer young men, so I might just take a sip from an alley. I'm not picky tonight. I just need to get a quick drink before I go.
Appearance plus subterfuge. Difficulty 6.
Appearance plus am I going to be persuading this person to go with me?
Somewhere, probably.
Okay, you said it was charisma plus subterfuge?
Appearance.
Appearance plus 5, and you said difficulty 6.
Yep.
Okay, 1 second. Oh, 4 successes.
Okay. It takes you no time at all to find an appropriate victim and sort of ease them off from their friends that they were hanging out with.
Mhm.
And take what you need.
All right, and then I meet up with Anais, and I'm like, "How's your night been?"
Been a night. I'll tell you that I spoke with Madeline actually.
Oh,
Yeah, he basically said all that you were saying was stuff she already knew up to this point. So
lovely. I'm really concerned about this because this was a complication we did not need.
yeah, she basically just went over everything and told me that she has it quote unquote handled for herself. She is aware of the dangers, quote unquote, she's aware of the dangers, as she has told me so. There's not really anything else that I can do on my end with that, but she will keep me posted on everything to do with the person who killed my guardian. Sorry.
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate the efforts made. We have until Sunday. I'll just put it that way. All right, are you ready?
Could we share the screen? I've just got
Sure.
good photos for Suzanne and Katerina.
Okay, here we go.
So by this point in the evening, well, by this point of the night, El Bodegon has been closed down, but you are let in around back by one of Suzanne's ghouls, and she and Katerina are just sitting at the table in the main serving area.
All right.
And this is also the first time you've seen Katerina Giovanni. She is as she appears in the photo. And she holds herself with an aristocratic air.
All right.
She's smoking. She's got a dark hand-wrapped cigarette-looking thing.
All right. I take Anais's arm, and I look at her. I go, "Shall we?" And I guess we just enter the area, and we greet Suzanne and Katerina. Good evening.
Suzanne says, "Hi, I'm glad you guys actually came." Katerina, this is Marie and Anna, not Annabelle. Gosh, Annabelle. I'm sorry. What's your name?
Anais.
Anais. I am really sorry about that. Yeah. So this is Katerina. She's our other member, and Katerina is just sitting there and nods, acknowledges you. And Suzanne goes on. So come on, yeah, get a chair or something.
All right. Yeah, this is. I look at Anais like, this is fucking pathetic. Oh my god.
So last time, Tanya was talking about poisonous manhood, I think it was.
Toxic masculinity.
Okay, yeah, maybe that was it. And Katerina kind of rolls her eyes and says, "Yes, that was it."
Okay.
She says,
Well,
"So you two," and Katerina, so you two are new to town, yes?
we are. Yes, we are.
Well, what brings you?
Well, first I needed some jewelry taken care of, and I heard Laura Noble was just the perfect person to see about a job like that. But then you guys had that little disturbance, and I kind of glanced at Katerina. you all had that little disturbance, and I just knew I wanted to help.
Little disturbance. That's a cute euphemism for having having a third of the court slaughtered by infiltrators.
Well, I try not to be melodramatic even when the situation is intense. And I look at Anais, and I'm just like, and I'm just like looking at her to just like introduce herself.
Did they serve sweet tea here?
No, this is a bar. I could get you, I don't know, something sweet if you want.
Something with chocolate in it, maybe?
Don't you want blood? I got blood bags. I'll be back in a minute.
That's very nice of you. Thank you.
Suzanne gets up and is kind of muttering to herself angrily as she walks away.
I look at Katerina, and I'm trying to gauge her like emotional state.
Amused.
Bemused? All right.
And she says, Suzanne means very well, but I'm afraid she's a little bit overwhelmed by the idea of leading a social club.
Doesn't seem like the social graces are really her thing.
She was not gifted with them, as some of us are.
Some of you are, but you're not leading here.
No, I don't lead here.
I've heard about your difficulties with the court here. No offense, it's just not something you can really avoid hearing after a while. Especially among...
What's it been? 3 days?
3 days. You'd be surprised. I mean, you can guess what clan I'm from. I mean, of course I've heard. And I'm just trying to gauge, and I'm still trying to gauge her reaction. I'm like very carefully reading her emotions.
Give me a perception plus empathy roll. Difficulty 7.
All right, perception plus empathy, difficulty 7. That is... Yeah. 3 successes. I'm doing really well tonight.
She is suspicious, but she does not currently feel threatened.
Mm-hmm.
And she is curious.
I like lean back. I'm going to lean back in my chair a bit, just sort of casually. I don't mean to offend, I promise. But my friend here and I are just interested in you.
And who can blame you?
No, you're a very interesting person. Your whole family is very interesting. I'm just trying to figure out where you fit in all this. You know, I don't want to be difficult. You know, I just try to observe things and learn what's happening and be of service to whatever place I'm in.
And you think I had something to do with the Sabbat?
I don't know if you had anything to do with it. I hope you don't. I can think of a few reasons why someone in your position might, but I don't think, what I've gleaned over the past few days, I don't necessarily think it's you, but I do think you know something. But, yeah.
What about you, Bambina? And she turns to Anais. What do you think?
I think I need my sweet tea. That's pretty much all like Anais is thinking right now.
And she turns back to Marie. Is she for real? She knows that we don't, right? Like
apparently she can. Apparently she can. I'm so mad about that because I wanted to be doing that for quite a while. I haven't. Okay, it's just something I miss. But apparently, she can do it. She can do it, which I just
Bravissimo.
good for her.
Well,
but even if you don't have anything to do with this and you are completely innocent, you might actually be help. I kind of hope you are because I wonder if maybe you might be useful anyways.
At this point, Suzanne kind of clumps back into the room with some blood bags. And Katerina says, "Oh, grazie mille." And then kind of continues to entirely disregard the brouhaha as she says, "I don't fuck with the Sabbat. Prego. But you're right. Maybe I can help you out."
Your people are known for certain, well, they're known for a lot of things, but you're known for having certain talents, certain skills that go beyond the usual brick and mortar kindred abilities.
You mean necromancy?
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you something.
I don't
really need to know the specifics. But I wonder, what do you know about metaphysics?
I'm sorry. I'm very confused. Are you talking? I thought we were talking about the Sabbat. And Suzanne goes, "Okay, look, can we please just talk about anything else? That's all anyone fucking wants to talk about around here, and it's driving me nuts."
I look at Anais, I'm like, I can't believe this shit. But I look at Suzanne and I go like, Suzanne, I'm just trying to like sweet talk her a little bit. Suzanne, I know times are hard, all right? It's got to be so frustrating for you. But think about how much respect you would gain and how much respect you deserve and how much we can do all together. Do you really think that we can't do anything? Do you think the four of us are helpless if we, came together and tried to do something? I don't think so.
Well,
I think we could be very useful.
The point of the Immortal Women's Club. But you're just sitting here talking about this Sabbat. I just want to talk about anything fucking else.
Yeah, but anything else isn't going to save the city, is it? Like, think about it. Come on. Think about it. Think about all the people right now who, probably don't think much of what's going on, like right here, like between the four of us, this little meeting, think about all of that. They're all out there. Everyone else is talking about the Sabbat, and it is of integral importance, everything that's going on here. But think about what could be done, and all that could be done for this club, for instance, if it was integral in solving this conundrum. Like, and I'm really trying to sweet talk her here. Like, I'm laying it on thick.
And Katerina says, "If we help make sure the Sabbat go away, us Bellas sitting in the corner with our cute little club, that we might actually be able to swing some weight around here finally."
I know, right? I mean, I think really, I'm genuinely here to help. We're both genuinely here to help. And from what I hear, think of the look on, what's his name's face again? The piece of shit, talk about toxic masculinity. Your sire, I think it was? Or
Franz.
Yeah, think of the look on Franz's face
And she's gripping the table, the edge of the table really hard, like you hear it creaking and cracking.
Think of the look on Franz's face. If your little ladies club, if this little feminist SJW collective is the one who fucking saved this city.
So
I'm
what
just
do you
saying.
do?
Well, I might have some leads, and I've got a little, Anais and I have a little bit of a coterie here. We are running into some issues, but, well, I need to know about some of the magic going on around here. I need to know about some history. Well, you might be able to help in some ways. Apparently, you seem incredibly strong. And someone close to me just got attacked. And let's just say by a rather inquisitive sort of person. I could see you doing, and they're a presence that, could easily just be just as dangerous to all of us as the Sabbat. Now, a woman of your strength and talent seems like exactly the sort of person who could help rid us of that particular thing while we're trying to root out everything else.
Okay.
I mean, I bet you could totally rip the head off of a hunter, couldn't you?
The hunter in Bordeaux?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm not
I
sure
mean,
what
come on, like the
test
Sabbat weren't enough, right? The
Sabbat.
Sabbat were not enough. Right? We just needed more problems. But I bet you could solve that one.
Okay.
Not every woman has to be a magical fairy princess. Not every immortal woman has to be.
And Katerina sort of leans into Marie Suzette, but it does help.
It does help in certain situations. I certainly think so, but it also helps to be the type of person who could break a face with a flick of a wrist. Those talents are equally important.
So Katerina says, tell you what, I am not exactly part of the bigger club that you are all allowed access to, so I have to do what I can to get what I can when I can. I know something that might be useful in dealing with the Sabbat.
Wonderful. I'm so thrilled to hear it.
And I will share it with you in exchange for a favor at some point.
All right. I will owe you a boon.
Excellent then.
But,
I was approached.
Go for it.
I was approached by them, and Suzanne looks horrified. I was approached by them, thought maybe I might want in on their little party they were throwing. I didn't. But I had enough sense to have the emissary followed. I know where he havens.
Sorry. Really, I'm very, very pleased to hear this. This is excellent news.
She takes out, and Suzanne just looks totally shocked by all of this. This is not what she had in mind. But Katerina fishes in her purse momentarily, takes out a receipt and a pen, and writes down an address. His name is Federico. At least that's what he introduced himself as. He's handsome, too. Latin-looking, bit of a strap beard, perfect hair, darling eyes. And Anais, this rings a bell for you. Especially the name. Because this sounds a lot like someone that you noticed hanging out with someone else back when you were a ghoul. And when you tried to ask questions about him, you got shut down.
What was the name again?
Federico.
Federico?
You know him?
I know the name. I know him faintly. Whenever I would ask anyone about him, I would just...
There was one person in particular that you would have asked about him because he is... you saw him at a party with Alicia Vandenstreet.
Ooh. Well, yes, so I faintly remember him. I saw him at a party with Alicia. But whenever I would ask, nobody would give me a clear, direct answer.
You know what this means, darling?
Hmm?
It means we get to interrogate your old mistress. I think it might be fun.
Beautiful. So let's put that on pause for a sec, and let's head over to Saint-Denis. Genevieve and Roland connect.
Yeah, so Jenny kind of heads outside the hospital, but like not far enough that she can't still see like the entrance and get a good view on it. Is she followed out?
She's not followed out. As far as you can tell, no one is watching her. Hasn't been followed.
Okay.
It's a hospital. It takes up the better portion of a city block. It's one of the hospitals here, but it is sort of right in the middle of downtown, or right next to downtown.
Okay. So yeah, she's gonna hang back and keep an eye on, like, kind of get a good feeling for if she can see both the main entrance and like an employee entrance.
She's confident that she cannot.
Okay. We'll kind of pace back and forth between the two. Then.
You all right?
No. Does she still burned on the face?
It's on the side. Over here.
On the side. Points to her cheek. No. I didn't know there were. All right. I don't understand. I didn't think crucifix actually hurt. Like.
9 times out of 10, they don't. It's
okay.
Again, this is something that I really wish you would have had more time to deal with, but there are those who believe that we are a blight and need to be exterminated.
Okay, understandable, yeah.
Sounds like you met probably a Catholic, probably one of the Catholics. I have a passing familiarity with the Catholics. If you aren't aware, Roland is Irish.
Yeah. So. No, I gathered. I figured as much. I mean, I'm from New Orleans. Like, yeah, no, I pass some familiarity too. Okay, so do we kill this woman? Like,
I'm not going to leave a body in a hospital if I can't help it. I mean, that would be very, very difficult to get rid of. But
okay,
just walk me through everything. I'm assuming Jenny walks me through her plan of attack and an ambush and stuff like that.
I don't have a plan of attack. So.
No. The plan of attack that the nurse used to attack.
Oh, yeah. So we'll explain. Was visiting a friend, kind of tried to get me out and then took me down a hallway into a kind of secluded place and jumped me.
Well, your friend's in danger as long as that nurse is there, because they might might suspect that they might be something, or that they'll attack them to get to you, or they know that you'll come back. So we're going to go and handle that now.
All right, good.
So,
Let's go.
Get your game face on, because I'm probably going to beat the ever living snot out of this hunter, and I'm sure you want to take a lick in as well. All right, I'm going to be very, very angry. I want you to follow in afterwards. I'm going to make enough of a scene. So you should be able to follow and not worry about it too much, but I guarantee that that person will come running once I find out. What's your friend's name?
Lex.
Lex. All right. Do I look like an ambassador to you?
Sure. Why not?
No, the answer was no, but that's okay.
Okay, great. Can I heal this damage to me, by the way?
As you try to work your blood to heal that wound, not really.
Oh fuck. Great. Cool. Okay. Jenny gets a face tattoo.
Well, whatever happened is at least going to take a lot more juice.
Okay.
And maybe time than healing any of the other injuries you've experienced so far in your undeath.
That's fine. Okay, not gonna play around with it too much now. Just the usual, like try to push a healing, and if it doesn't work, she's not gonna force it because don't want to go too hungry into a hospital. That sounds like a bad plan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Roland, after you. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm ready to fuck him up.
Roland is going to tear ass in there. I'm assuming it's a automatic door.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, he's not going to be kicking the thing open. What in the Sam hell do I hear about an American citizen being assaulted on the streets of Bordeaux? I'm looking over to the first receptionist. You! I need the location and room of a Mr. And he pulls up his phone. I'm not actually just kind of.
And while he does that, Jenny pipes up from behind. Yeah, yes, sir. I have the home office on the line. Yes, I'm waiting. Go in.
I am woken up in the middle of the night to hear that an American citizen has been assaulted. You are going to tell me his room now. And that's probably an intimidate roll.
Is no roll necessary. The poor orderly that you have targeted just runs the fuck off, and one of the duty nurses or intake people comes out from around the counter that's right there in the ER, and there's this room, like two people are there with help. They just look like they're really not feeling well. One guy is there holding like a giant wad of bloody bandages around his arm, and someone else has just like fallen asleep off in the corner, who they're not sleeping anymore. And then there's Roland and Jenny, and this nurse comes out. He goes, I'm sorry, how can I help you?
Oh, you didn't hear me. I am more than happy to repeat myself. An American citizen.
Watch your tone.
No. I will watch my tone when I'm supposed to. I just hear about an American citizen being assaulted on your streets. Where's the gendarmerie? Where are they? In fact, why are we not over there right now? I distinctly remember asking. And I'm sorry, who's your supervisor?
Sir, I'm very sorry for any confusion.
No. I do not care about your apologies. You are going to act, not speak.
I'm sorry, sir. What do you need?
We need to be let back there right now. And gonna push a little bit of that.
I'm sorry, are you deaf? Do I need to speak to someone else?
I'm gonna use a little bit of presence. What do I need to do?
Do you want to use awe, enthrall, or dread gaze?
Aw.
Okay, that's just spend a blood point.
Okay, done.
Please follow me. And she takes you through the double doors next to the desk as if you were being admitted. Wait here, I'll get one of the doctors.
I also need to see the nurse that was on duty. She was inappropriate with this patient, as I've been told.
Oh, good. I would love to go on the warpath here. Is this what passes for healthcare in your country?
I'm sorry, nurse on duty. We have so many nurses. Do you know your name?
Out of character, no. In character, what is it?
Nicole.
Nicole.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Nicole. I think I said Courtney before. It's supposed to be Nicole.
Okay, then Nicole.
Well, I'm sorry. I find that very hard to believe. She's worked in this ER for a very long time, but I'm afraid that she's not available right now. Now, if you please wait here, I'll happily get.
I will not wait. I'm sorry. Do you know who you are speaking to?
No, I'm afraid that I don't.
Oh, well, I guess you weren't listening then. I am the senior aide to the American consulate in Bordeaux.
Well, Mr. Aide, it seems that I am not going to be able to help you adequately.
Good, then I'll just go myself. And I'm going to shove past her.
And where do you go?
I tell him, I'll say, okay, I'll join right behind him and say, okay, it's room number, whatever room we were in before.
Good.
So you go to Lex's room?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I'm on the lookout for what you said. You gave her a description of the glasses and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm on the lookout for anyone like that as well.
Mm-hmm. On the way to the room, you don't see anyone that looks like that. When you get to Lex's room, there are actually there is a police officer standing outside, and there are 2 police officers in the room, and you get stopped at the door. Excuse me, we're conducting some police business in there. You're gonna have to wait out here. I'm sorry.
What police business are you conducting?
We're just asking them some questions.
I try to peer past to see if.
Are you familiar with the procedure for questioning American citizens?
I'm sorry?
I said, are you aware of the procedure for questioning American citizens? They are permitted a representative from the consulate.
Okay. Excuse me. Just wait here. And he goes and checks with in the room, and then he motions for you to come in.
Have they been mistreating you?
And Lex sees Jenny, looks at Roland, looks at Jenny.
And Jenny does the little
no, not at all. They've been very good to me here. And at this point,
but
Jenny would also have noticed that, excuse me, that Lex has a splint on their left arm.
Okay.
And they have otherwise been bandaged up.
Okay.
Not a whole lot you can do about a black eye, but
right. But you said when I was here earlier, you said you were having a problem with your nurse. Do you know what happened to them?
No, I don't. She after she took away a visitor, I had a different nurse.
I see.
I want to see this nurse that mistreated the both of you right now. They're still on duty. I want them right now.
The police.
I'm pointing to the medical staff, not the police officers.
One of the doctors comes in. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm Dr. Favreau. I've been helping Lex here. What is this about?
Apparently, one of your nurses has been mistreating two American citizens, and so I'm going to deal with it.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, you should be. I was woken up at 3 in the goddamn morning.
Let me. Okay, let me just make a phone call real quick, and I will have someone down here in an official capacity to help you with this matter.
And how long is that going to take? I have to be at work tomorrow.
I don't know. Would you like to?
Well, then I'm going to go and find her myself. Where's your HR office?
I'm sorry.
Nice.
No, he's not laughing. I'm laughing. He's not. I'm not telling you that.
Yes, you are. Or I'm going to make it that you're not going to be able to work on a cruise ship.
And one of the officers goes, "All right, look, it's late.
Yeah, it
We're all
is.
tired. It sounds like this is a bigger deal than is going to get worked out tonight. Maybe we should let the doctor get back to work, and we can go through official channels." Sabbat?
No, it's not. Because I'm not going to have you all congregate and conspire and give false statements and this. Are you seeing what you did? No, I'm going to solve this now before you all get the chances to go and make up a story. Look, I deal with liars in office all the time. So now I'm going to deal with this now. You said the name was Nicole, right?
Wait. What,
Yes.
What nurse?
Nicole.
Nicole? Oh.
You're either going to send me to her nurse's station or I'm going to your human resources office. I'm going to allow you the chance to choose.
Oh, that. I'll be right back. And he leaves. And he comes back and says, "Okay, so someone from HR will be here momentarily to discuss the entire matter and get your statements. And we're going to go from there."
No, I want to
Nicole is not
speak.
available right now, and then
I don't care. You are going to tell me where she is right now. Dread gaze.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, make that roll.
That is charisma plus intimidate, yes?
Yep. And difficulty 7, I think.
All right, 3 successes, and I think he may have soiled himself.
Oh yeah, he totally did. The doctor, almost as if you had physically pushed him, is thrown back against the open door. She's gone. She left.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Home?
Where is home?
I don't know.
All right then. Let's walk down to your HR office and we'll sort all this matter up. I hope she likes being woken up in the middle of the Because I certainly have.
Sure,
Just stay here and do your job. I will find your human resources office.
And the bully, you start walking down the hall in a direction, and actually run into someone in a suit and a doctor's jacket, a doctor's coat. And they see the police. Excuse me. Are you the ones with a complaint about Nicole?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. Someone actually listened for once. You have to worry about something. I think most of your staff seems to be hard of hearing. Are you sure they went to medical school?
So,
do they not teach basic literacy in medical school?
there's no need to be insulting.
No, there also doesn't need to have 2 American citizens mistreated on your streets.
Look, at this point, I'm happy to take a statement regarding whatever allegedly happened with.
Stop right now.
We can.
What allegedly happened? What did happen? Where is
Do you
Nicole?
see this? Jenny steps forward. Do you see this on my cheek here? Do you see this? She found out my friend and I are trans, and she took me into a different room and took a crucifix and struck me across the face with it, telling me that I'm a sinner against God or whatever. We're not just going to sit here.
Yeah, a hate crime. Are you happy now? We didn't want to go and blab about the entire thing, but maybe I should. Maybe I should shout to the entirety of Bordeaux that you're staffed by bigots.
You won't get satisfaction tonight.
I don't care. I'm not going to get satisfaction until I actually have Nicole begging my friend here for forgiveness.
And
arrested for assault.
And the police come up and take each of you by the arm and say, okay, I think...
Unhand me.
For us.
If you lay hands upon me, I will consider it assault.
Then I am assaulting you.
Oh, man. Bordeaux is going to have a lot of fun in the unemployment office tomorrow.
This is not working out for you, my friend. Je suis désolé.
No, you are not. You will be.
And they lead both of you back out to the waiting room. The HR guy goes with. He goes, so, I'm still ready to take a statement. We are happy to take this very seriously. But your cowboy theatrics here are not going to get you what you want. This is France. We do things by the book.
Oh, really? So hate crimes are by the book? Is that how this works?
I'm going to put my hand on Roland's shoulder and say, give me a second.
And he takes out...
As you...
And he turns on the voice recorder. And he offers to take a statement.
Okay. I am going to... Are we in a relatively, we're
in the waiting room, I think.
We're in the waiting room?
Waiting room now.
All right, I'm going to try to dominate and say, just take us back to the HR office so we can do this in private. Just using up all my blood tonight.
Dominate doesn't take blood.
Oh, doesn't?
No,
oh, okay, cool.
So he's looking at Jenny and he grabs her arm and then it's like, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. Your dominate gives you a one-word command.
Oh. Oh, okay. Crap.
Listen. Or obey.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Obey is a good one.
Obey.
Or what about address? Because you're trying to get her address, right?
That also works. You can do that either way.
We also wanted something else from the HR office, right?
Yeah, I wanted to steal the duty roster, but I can easily do that.
Oh, okay. All right, so then, yeah, just the one word address. I'll try it again then. Address.
Address as a verb means to speak to.
Okay, then just obey.
Obey we'll have to do.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a private room so that we can discuss this. We can record a statement in a avenue where, obviously, privacy information. You must understand, the protection of American citizens is my sacred charge. It is why I'm here. So let us go to a quiet room where we can record everything.
Listen to him.
Give me a charisma plus leadership roll. Difficulty, I think it's 7.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay. That seems fair. He leads you down a very different hallway. The police are kind of looking at this confused. But they let him take you to where would he take you? To a break room. To a break room behind another nurse's station.
Do I see an on-call room anywhere? Like a sign or anything like that says on-call room?
I am not familiar enough with hospitals to know what you're looking for here.
It's basically a room where you're on duty, but you're not actually doing anything.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
There's beds and stuff in there, but they also like to keep duty rosters there.
Yes, you pass one.
Is the door open?
Yes.
All right. While they're saying, leading behind there, I'm going to reach to behind the door and grab whatever's hanging off the top of it, and then tuck it into my trench coat.
Which would, of course, be a duty roster.
Yeah, Dex plus legerdemain, I'm guessing. Or larceny, I guess. Larceny, yeah. Legerdemain is the Dark Ages skill.
Yeah, we're just going to let that go for right now. You get it. That's fine. Do you actually give a statement?
So that's up to Jenny.
Yes. So the first thing is turn off the recorder for a minute. And then I assume that he does that. Is he still obeying or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Give us her address.
I'm sorry. What?
Give us her address for official business with the consulate.
Give you whose address?
Nicole.
No. I'm. Gosh, what are we? Why are we here? Why did
obey? Give us Nicole's address.
No. You need to leave right now. If you want to file a formal complaint, you can call back in the morning.
Turn to Roland.
Does this actually look like this is something supernatural that's going on, or is it more just he's trying to resist the dominate?
Give me a perception plus empathy roll.
I assume I can make that roll too,
Okay,
right?
no, you know what? Skip that. Roland would recognize this.
Okay.
This is dominate conflicting with a deeply held belief.
Oh, okay. So he is resisting the dominate. This is not the hunter trying to resist us.
Yeah.
Through a proxy or anything like that. This is. You know the funny thing about dominate is that that works on that, but you know what doesn't work? When you're terrified. So.
So we're gonna scare the bejesus out of him.
Yep.
For the sake of time.
Yep.
He will give you the address.
Okay. Then we'll end the conversation with, and I'll be giving a statement in the morning.
Yeah. And I'm sure that we want to keep all of this as quiet as possible because we don't all want to lose our jobs now, do we? Not in this economy.
With an international incident, I don't think that's what you want.
I really don't think I really don't think that the French government would really want to do anything, would want to preserve the occupation of a few people over, oh, you know what? There was talk about reducing one of those tariffs. Maybe I should go and have them increase the tariffs instead. Maybe I should. No, you know what? I'll let the policy wonks decide about that. Let's just keep this. And also, Lex will be receiving the best care possible.
Of course. He plays ball after that.
Okay.
And so this is... so he gets you what you ask for. Is there anything else you want to do before you go?
I assume if we try to swing back by Alexa's room, it's still full of cops.
Yeah, the cops don't let you back there.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So we'll just go.
Okay. And I need you both. Your humanity is high enough that I need you both to make conscience rolls for me. Difficulty 8.
Ooh. Okay.
I would have said something about this earlier. Sorry, it just dawned on me that you're pushing that guy around pretty hard.
Okay.
I've got 2.
Okay.
Difficulty 8. 3.
You got 3 successes?
Yeah, this dice roller likes me.
Okay. So as much as your sense of self that you try to hold on to is kind of a bedrock against the beast, it was shaken by the choices you just made in trying to get what you wanted. It also serves as a reminder that some part of you is still human, or at least human.
Oh, yeah.
Be damned. I never liked doing that.
Yeah, that...
It's cruel.
I don't know what
It's cruel.
Okay.
It's cruel.
We don't have to do that a lot.
I thought you were in danger, and
I was.
You were, but not from him. When there are things in the shadows that lurk, we need to leave the mortals out of it. Their lives are hard enough as is.
Yeah, I don't know what came... the Jean, I guess.
Jean?
That's what I called my beast.
I see. Well, I will help and talk to you about that some other time, about ways to keep it in check, but good. You did not succumb. That is, again, as I told you, it is much more difficult for us, especially for us to lose control. So,
okay.
Let us see what we can do and actually visit something on someone who deserves it for a change.
Okay, good idea.
All right, and with that, we are going to call it for the evening. Thank you, everyone who has stayed with us a few minutes extra. Excuse me. Especially when some of you might have wanted to be off doing entirely other kinds of naughty things with other perfectly consensual people. But thank you for joining us. We will be back in 2 weeks again with special guest vamp Sage at Staff of Sage on Twitter. And this is something else that I'm forgetting. Oh, hit us up on Patreon and Ko-Fi. Like, subscribe, retweet, hit that heart. Am I missing anything?
Follow me on Twitch, whatever. And check us out on Twitter as well.
Yep. All right. With that, bonsoir.
And have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.